We are in conversation about labor laws in the country. We've learnt about the different kind of documentation you can go with, and especially sometimes we go without them. But guess what? James is here to actually just help us improve our knowledge on how best you can operate as an employee. And that's why I was asking one simple question. Kwanza karibu sana. And that's why I was asking, all these labor laws, do they apply to some of the foreign companies in Kenya? And how best can we promote our Kenyanness in some of the things that we get from different countries from abroad?
Yeah, the short and correct answer is yes. As long as you have a presence in this country and you've hired people in Kenya, then you are subject to the labor laws in Kenya as a bare minimum. Sometimes we have companies that are based outside Kenya, or you have a foreign company that comes into Kenya. So for instance, we have 21 days of annual leave under the Employment Act. But you'll find some companies will come and say, for us as a business, we believe we should give employees 30 days. So that's fine. As long as you meet the bare minimum standards set in the law, then you can always increase and give more. Because remember, this is a benefit to an employee. The law will never come after you for giving more to the employee. As a matter of fact, it's encouraged.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I think one of the most important questions that we needed to ask before we wrapped up this conversation is, under what grounds can, you take your employer to court or sue for wrongful dismissal? Because we've seen some wins and some losses. Yeah.
Now, of course, as I said, when you sue your employer, we look at it in two ways. The first thing is, did the employer have proper reasons to take disciplinary action against you? Of course, I believe it's under Section 41 of the Employment Act, there's a list of some of the things you cannot do. For instance, you refuse to come to work, you're absent without leave, no one knows where you are.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do not listen to orders or instructions given by your superiors, or you steal from your employer, such things. The employer then has the right to terminate you, or you violate terms of the contract.
Yeah.
Those are the reasons, and the reasons are very key. What the law provides is that under the rules of natural justice, you cannot be accused of something and then put on your defense and you don't know what the accusation is. So it has to be clearly explained to you, this is why we're taking action against you, and then you should be given an opportunity to defend yourself. And this is to give a reply, to say, this is my evidence, I did not do this, and all that. But the second reason you can also sue an employer for unfair termination is when they did not follow the proper procedure. Yes, maybe you did not come to work and you had no explanation, or you did not give an explanation. But the employer did not actually give you an opportunity to defend yourself, to give a response, to provide evidence to say, maybe I was sick or something had happened. If that does not happen, then you sue them for not following the due process. And many times the courts have held, you may have the reasons as an employer, but because you did not follow the process, then that amounts to unfair termination. So always look out for those two things. And the contract is key. Always look at the contract, what the contract provides. If action is being taken against you for, let's say, issues that are not within your control, they're not among your obligations, it's not within your job description. For instance, you guys are here. Imagine if someone decided to terminate you because you did not go on NTV. You're like, that's outside of my of my work, So the contract is really important, and to ensure that only what is provided for in the act as offenses becomes the reason for taking action against you. So that's very key.
I like that. We have to wrap up the conversation. I'll ask maybe how we can connect with you, and also where we can find more resources as, kawaida people, to be more conversant with labor laws in Kenya.
Yes. For those who are listening, you can find me on Twitter at Millennial Lawyer. As I said, we publish a weekly newsletter with Employment Matters. It's called the Law of Work newsletter. It's on Substack, so you can find that. And of course, if you're looking for us, we are at Landmark Plaza on the 13th floor. You can find our details online. And I don't know.
Tusome constitution in nini
read the constitution, read the Employment Act, and I think we have a lot of people who are publishing a lot of content around employment law.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming through, James. Really do appreciate you taking the time to come and inform us, educate us, leave us better than you found us. Here is Makoshika Olomide. Have an amazing Monday, and again, thank you once again for coming.
Thank you so much.